Choosing a CDL school from time to time can be a difficult, chunk to bite off that elephant we talked about last week. Which CDL school to go for? Well, first off, congratulations on deciding to go ahead and change careers and come into trucking. Now it's time to look at CDL school. Whew, there's so many out there. Where to go? Let's talk about that coming right up, right after this.
Everybody get up.
Hey everybody, it's me, Mark State, back here talking with little old you. Welcome, we're still in Greensboro, South Carolina, doing a video marathon, shooting like crazy. All right, we've got that 8,000-pound elephant sitting in the living room. Congratulations on deciding to come to truck driving. Let's see if we can take another bite out of that elephant, get you going researching and doing your homework on CDL school. Which CDL school should you go to? Nobody can answer that for you. You've got to answer that for yourself. What CDL school you're going to go to. Some people choose a third-party CDL school, that's all they do. Some will go to a community college, some will go to university, some will even decide to pick a company and take a company CDL school and work a contract that way. Let's cover that really quick. CDL schools, there's a few different models on how to pay to go to school. First, local community college. Take it just like any college course. Usually lasts 6 to 8 weeks in total length. Is not totally comprehensive, but usually has a lot more information than everybody else. Because CDL schools in general are just that. They're there just to get the basic information for you to pass your state's CDL test. They're not there to talk to you about shippers and receivers and Qualcomms and paperwork and scanning. No. The job of a CDL school, do not get this wrong, and a lot of people do. They think when they come out of CDL school, they're going to immediately be 100% safe and know how to haul freight. No, do not let anybody ever tell you that you're 100% safe to go haul freight straight out of a CDL school. Because remember, like I said, a CDL school is just there to give you the basic knowledge so you can pass the minimum requirements for the state exam. That's it. Period. How to move the truck forward, how to back it up, how to make right-hand turns, how to make left-hand turns, how to get on and off the freeway. Pass your test, general knowledge, air brakes, general knowledge, function. Things you can, well, sorry the phrase, but things you can teach to an orangutan to pass the test. That's it for CDL school. Community colleges usually do a little more than that. I will give them that. Universities and community colleges will share a little bit more information. Another option is the third-party school. That's the XYZ Trucking School of Podunk, Iowa. Whatever. Some dirt lot somewhere with a bunch of orange cones and a classroom shed, and you watch videos and that's what they teach you. How to pull forward, how to back it up, how to make lefts, how to make rights. They take you off the yard, do a couple laps around the block. Maybe get on the freeway, get off the freeway, come back. You do that for 2 or 3 weeks. Another option, and again, third-party schools normally you pay for. 5, 6, 7 grand pay for. Same thing with community college, you're going to pay. But the third-party schools, Roadmaster in Florida, cash, 5, 6 grand, you're paying for it. And what you're hoping for is tuition reimbursement when you get to a company, should you get a job offer for a company. Company paid training. A lot of the starter companies, and I'm probably going to forget a couple in this list, but it'll be something for you to start to look at. Stevens, Swift, JB Hunt, Schneider, Prime, Knight, CR England, KLLM. There's a lot. There's 8 right there. They are what most consider starter companies. The goal for you is to go in, get company training, CDL training, which means they'll normally pay for a bus ticket for you to go to their camp or go to their main terminal, do 2 or 3 weeks of a CDL school, get your hard licensed CDL, and then drive for them. They'll put you under contract. Normally it's for 1 year. You commit, being that they're fronting you the money for CDL school, they'll normally ask you to sign a 1-year contract. You will pull freight for them for 1 year, and if you don't, then they charge you for the school that they just put you through 8 months before you quit, because you didn't do the 1 year. Now, look deep into those if that sounds interesting to you and that's the route you're going to take, because some companies, some starter companies, reduce the cost of the CDL school. The latest example I can give you was, well, what I went to, Stevens. When I went to Stevens and did my CDL there. If I were to pay out of my pocket, they wanted like $5,500. But being that I committed to a 1-year employment contract in trade for the CDL school, that was reduced to about $3,200, $3,300. And then I paid that off at like $50 a week until it was done. Which, if you do the math on that, 52 weeks divided into that 3,300, you're going to realize that's not enough. So I realized that quick, and I bumped my payments up to like 125 a week. Boom, had that paid off real quick. So some companies, Prime's a great example. The threshold, I think, is like, don't quote me on this. Call and talk. I'll give you a number you can call to ask. But if I'm not mistaken, and I probably will be mistaken, it's about $1,100 is all you pay off. It's the smallest amount for a company-sponsored CDL training I've ever heard of. $1,100 to $1,200. Again, don't quote me on that. I'll have an 800 number you can call to get an exact number. Okay? Now, of point, what I want you to remember, a CDL school is just there to teach you the basics to pass the state exam. That's like, if this is the total amount of trucking knowledge, a CDL school knowledge is like minuscule way down here. It's next to nothing. It's just get your CDL. You'll have more training, usually 6 to 8 weeks when you're done with your CDL school. Now you're going to go into what some people call phase 2 or orientation 2, whatever they call it, continuing ed, whatever. That's where you're going to learn Qualcomm, company procedure, paperwork, shippers, receivers. You're going to learn a lot. You're also going to learn one-on-one from your instructor how to safely handle that rig on the road, on the freeway, downtowns, in small towns, back alleys, county roads, how to set up properly for your backups, how to set up properly for turns, whether it be a button hook or whatever. That's where the real safety training comes into play. Okay? So keep a close eye on that as well, should you consider company-sponsored training. How in-depth is the training after I've got my CDL school? Are they focusing on safety? Or are they merely, hey, you can get in and get out in 3 weeks. Get your CDL, take you 2 weeks to get your CDL, and 3 weeks with the trainer, and boom, you got your own truck. In 5 weeks, you got your own truck. Red flag. No. No, 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 no. CDL school minimum 3 weeks. Post-CDL school training, in my opinion, should range between 6 to 8 weeks. Minimum. Not total. Minimum 6 to 8 weeks in a trainer truck, learning your phase 2. That's just my opinion. Take it for what you want. Yeah, just beware of those companies that say we'll have you in your own truck driving solo in 5 weeks or less. I can hear the heads shaking. 5 weeks in their solo. Yeah, I hear you guys, trust me. So anyway, CDL school, that's your next step. Let the internet be your friend. When asking questions, watch yourself. People are going to be biased. They're going to say, well, this school's better than this one, and that one's better than that one. Just like before, there's 9,000 ways to make money in trucking. You got to find one that works for you. CDL schools, the same way. There's thousands of CDL schools out there. You've got to find one that fits what you want to do. Good luck finding it. I'll talk to you next week. That does it for me. I'll see you next time. Let's get the hell out of here.